Hi there, it's Fran Davidson from psychicandenergywork.com.au, and this is part 4 of my monthly observations for January 2025. Part 4 always looks at the reality number of this month's chart. The reality number tells us the end states, the results that we're due to arrive at by working through the dynamics that present over the course of the period, the month. It's interesting because January 2025 presents us with a reality number of 281 and 21565. Now, 1 and 5 are presenting at other points of the chart. In a sense, therefore, if you go through to the website, to the monthly observations page, you will read more about these dynamics. And of course, if you revisit the videos, part 1, part 2, part 3 in this series, you'll also hear more about these two numbers. What I'd like to talk about now as an end state is that aspect of possibility. 5 is very much a place where we learn what we are capable of to the next level. It's that place and that time that helps us into I can, I will, and I'm going to. Now, even that is interesting, isn't it? Because so much of spirituality and manifesting as a model that's out there, not because any of these models are wrong, they all offer value, but so much of what we can hear about these things can be focused on our self-talk. Of course they are. That's an important part of creating and attracting whatever we do. But sometimes the models almost infer that we just have to keep lobbying the universe. We just have to keep talking at it, instructing it, maybe even nagging it about what we know we're capable of or what we would like. That's really interesting because inherent in that is uncertainty. It is the fact that the individual doesn't know that the universe only needs to hear you once. In one sense, affirmations and goal setting, they're not for the universe's benefit at all. They're for ours. They're for the individuals. Why? Because the universe hears before we do. It knows what we're about to finish as a sentence before we've even got to the full stop. It's the individual that often isn't aware of the power of life, the flow that is life on every level, in a way that then it feels it needs to position as its master. Not on a knowing level, we all do this unconsciously. But at the end of the day, 5 as a reality number is coming to the place where we know we can do it. Why? Because on a spiritual, on a holistic, universal level, there is no I can't. There is no we can't. The I can't exists all in the mind that can't fathom to that point. Now, that's a really easy thing to say. But you see, that's also interesting because a 5, just as a 1, on a birth number level, so feel free to replay video 2, but also on an MO level, even a reality number level. 1 is a place of knowing, just knowing, not efforting, not self-talking in a way that we have to keep G'ing ourselves up or reminding ourselves up to get into precision with that delivery. 5 and 1 are places, and especially 28-1, because 8 is very much a period that teaches us how to perfect the recipe. It teaches us what we need to do to cook that spaghetti bolognese in all the ways that makes us hum. Not anybody else necessarily, but us as individuals. 5 is also that. 5 is a bit like that exercise routine or class where in beginning the routine, we really don't know that we're going to cope. We really don't know that we're going to carry it off. And so 5 can often be a place, just as 1 can be, where to begin with, we're doubting. To begin with, we're not so sure that we're going to get to the end point. Why? Because we just can't fathom it. January 2025 there at all levels of its chart is saying, you know what, you can. But to do that, you've actually got to connect on a feeling level to that intelligence. And this is also where this video sort of comes full circle. Because on one level, again, models of manifesting and spirituality and intuitively receiving can often position self as the source, as the center of the process. Of course, we play a part. Of course, we have a value. There's no denying that. But you see, if all we do is fill the space or the vision with ourselves as the center point or the thing, the energy, the dynamic that is most in that picture, when we do that, we are squeezing divine help out the way. So the job is to let go of all self, not because we're throwing it in the bin, not because we're devaluing it, but because by releasing space, by giving space back to the universe that owns it, whether you call it universe, source, God, Allah, whatever, yeah? By giving space back to the energy, for want of a better word, that owns space, you are enabling that energy to fill space with itself and therefore with its intelligence, with its voice, that on another level human beings tend to call spiritual guidance. So this month as an end state may well help us all better into that. And isn't it interesting, because part 3 video for this series was talking about this month being a time when we are probably going to learn to the next level, whatever that means for you, me, and everybody else around us individually, how to partner with universe, with universal will, with universal knowledge, with universal wisdom, and with universal outcomes. The reality number is the outcome. 5 as a reality number can mean pioneering. 5 can mean adventure. 5 can mean, yep, bad French film, excuse me, France. It can mean bad hair day. It can mean sudden shifts that knock our socks off. But it is always brought to us, it is always manifested in a way that invites self to tap into the more that it can be through hardship, through reinforcement and encouragement and celebration, in a way that then, through that experience, self comes to channel more than it ever had before. So how can you help these things? Always use breath. Always use time out and space, especially with the rest of this month's chart. Up until the 29th of January, remember, we are still waiting for the Lunar New Year, and that's often when the real Gregorian year takes off. So use these periods, as in these next few weeks being January 2025, to do what you can to let go of the tension, let go of the gripping, not just yours, everybody else's. Let go of any lack of faith, of trust, of knowledge that life has your back, that life's going to guide you, that life is always there, that life will always speak, and that you're never alone on this journey of yours. All the very best to you. Go through to the website to read a little bit more about the reality number or the rest of this month if you haven't already. Go through to the website also to read about this year if you haven't already. And as always, get in contact if you want reading, healing, energy work, guidance on any level, or personal, spiritual, or intuitive mentoring. All the very best to you. Take good care. Thanks for tuning in.